them.
I'll stop being a whiny baby.
You trying to get that your shit
Stop
together.
being a whiny baby.
Ain't gonna tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
Cause next time I'm doing like, nope.
Anyways.
This popcorn is good motherfucker.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay. So, to say we live now, you gonna have to read that topic over again.
Why is it some men say they want a strong woman, but then when they get one, they bring her down, try to bring her down while she's trying to build them up? Go. Action.
So, okay. They want a strong woman, but they try to bring them down while she's trying to build them up.
Yeah, like sometimes they be, okay, let's say I make more money than you or something. And instead of just looking at it like, okay, we're still building together, like what's mine is yours, I mean, we're growing together, they look at it like you trying to belittling them, but you're not. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you on topic. I don't know. I would say this, like, I don't know. Sometimes it's something. It's ways that a woman can say something to a dude. That's the only way I can see that. Looking bad to make her feel
yeah,
like.
but I'm saying sometimes I'm talking about like not being said. Like sometimes people really think like that. Like people really just think like that. I've seen that before. And it's like, and it can go both ways. It can go both ways, but it's just like everything is not in competition. You don't have to be in competition with your partner. We're partners. We're doing this together. We're not competing with one another.
So
you have to check that. Like, I remember. So I'm used to I was always, anyone I've ever dated, anything like that, I've always made more money than them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to say, yeah, I want a strong, I want a strong woman because I'm out here getting it and I need somebody who's supporting me. I've always had that. So by chance, if I lose it, whatever happened, that's what I want to get. You know what I'm saying? So shorty pop up, get a promotion, now she make more money than me. I've never been in that situation. Never. And so naturally,
does that make you feel some type of way?
It did. So naturally, that competitive spirit started to, rise up to where it's now I'm looking at her some type of way.
But she's not even competing.
Follow me though. And so then, I'm feeling insecure. I'm thinking, and she like, babe, look, I just got this promotion. I'm about to take you out to eat. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? What do you want? You can go wherever you want. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? And like, but now I'm feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And so, what I had to, instead of beefing with her, or, do this, I had to check myself.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But the Shorty's been with you all these years, down and out. You think because she got a couple dollars, she just
change up
out and changing up. Like, check yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you do have to check yourself. But the question is, what made you feel that way? I mean, when she got there, she got that promotion.
I mean, fear, insecurity, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when you feel those type of ways, you really have to sit with yourself and say, where is this coming from? Okay, so maybe during childhood, I developed abandonment issues. So now I'm getting that trigger. It has nothing to do with Shorty and her making more money. This is some childhood trauma that I have not addressed. I didn't even know it existed. You know what I'm saying? You can have triggers and traumas that you don't even know exist.
Yeah.
But that's all it was. Is like, now I'm looking like, oh snap, she's in a position to leave. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be left. You know what I'm saying? And so then That's where all that insecurity comes. But again, you have to sit down with yourself. You have to analyze your own feelings. Don't just feel it.
Yep.
Analyze and ask yourself, where are those feelings coming from? Why do I feel like this way? You know, what are the facts in this situation opposed to just pure emotion? You know, and
Do you feel like it was more of a dominant thing? Like you felt like more, maybe she had a little more power than you did because she was making more financially, you know?
yeah, but the thing about it is she never displayed any type of behavior.
Of that. So
She was
it
trying
was
to
just
overpower me.
his
It's
own-
just,
It was
it's
his
just
own-
in my
in
head.
his
You know what I'm
head.
saying? And that's a lot of times when we're in relationships, we mess them up over situations that are because we're in our own way and we're in our heads. You know what I'm saying? Instead
Exactly.
of feeling our way through, we trying to think. We trying to calculate and think this
Yeah.
out.
And it's
you
not
can't
even
be-
happening. That's not even the
and you making it up in
reality.
your head. Now, am I saying that there's never been situations where someone makes more money, so now they're trying to exert dominance
some
and all these
people have
yeah,
done
some
that.
people have
Some
that
people-
because, you know, they are competitive. But at the same time, I mean, that just comes down to betting. You knew they were competitive before you got with them, you know what I'm saying? Even if it came to something else. You know, it manifests itself in different ways, but I don't know. But like I said, 8 months later, I got my promotion. Now I'm back on top.
So let's get that.
You know what I'm saying? But if you think about it though, right? If two people in
And
a
that's
relationship and they
fine.
both getting it, it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
fun
supposed to
is
be-
not
yeah, it's
really
not supposed to be-
competitive.
It's not even in a
Fun is
competitive way, but
different.
you might wake up and if Shorty really, like, if Shorty going
Right,
to
and
a 9
that's
to
what I'm
5,
talking about.
and
Because
she
you
doing her
leveling up
thing,
and y'all leveling
she
each
gonna
other
get a
up.
promotion, right? But if you going to work and doing your thing, you gonna get yours when it's time. That's just how it's supposed to go.
But
Unless
then-
y'all just going to the jobs and not doing nothing.
But then again,
Right.
it could be the way a person addresses a situation. Like if you leveling up, and your man say he working, but he ain't leveling up as fast as you, how would you address that situation? Like some dudes get offended because some women will say, well, I'm making more than you, you need to do better. Like some women have a wrong way of
Well,
motivating
first of
men.
all, then that goes to the fact of you already know if we're having this conversation and we had to have been together for quite some time, and at this point you know me, you know how I talk, you know when I'm offensive, you know when I'm not. So if I'm just stern, then you know that I'm just stern. So I should be able to come to you and have that conversation and it be perceived the right way because you know that it's coming out of a state of love and not
Envy.
and right and not in a vindictive type of way. Like I just need to say, hey, you falling short on your shit, you need to get up on your shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do you
Like,
address it when you
come on, get
tell
together.
somebody? Like you can't tell
But you
them
also know that
Well, you
person and
should-
you know what they can take and you will know what they can't. You know their triggers, you know what not to say.
But you should, in my mind, you should already knew that about them before y'all even went that far. Because, like, I feel like when you meeting somebody, you know what I'm saying, you're going to ask them what their ambitions are. You might have that person that worked that job and they cool with that, they cool with the amount of that money, and that's all they want. But you should have been known that to where it ain't even an issue to even bring up because you know where they at.
Right.
Now, if you're with someone, you know what I'm saying, before y'all get together at XYZ, they're telling you like, hey, I work right here, but, you know, 3 years, I'm trying to be right here, 5 years. And so then you're not just saying, well, get on that because I got this promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You should have been just like trying to help them get to the goals that they already
That
stated.
you said.
You know what I'm
Stand on your
saying? And
shit.
so, to me, if you got to bust down on somebody because they're not really doing any, like, you should have known that before you even got with them. Like, you can't change nobody but yourself.
That's true.
You know?
But then we see it where I'm saying from me, I wouldn't be offended by it. Honestly, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? She leveling it up. Okay, cool. That's what's up. I want that for my woman. You know what I mean? I'm proud of her. But a lot of dudes see it differently because they ain't witnessed. I've heard a lot of females say, if he ain't making more money than me, I wouldn't even date him. I wouldn't even give him the time of day.
No,
But at the same time, to me, that's
that's
ignorant because
ignorant.
just because he's making lesser money than you doesn't even mean that he's not successful. Does not mean that he does not know how to manage his money or nothing like that. You could be making more money than him and he know how to manage it better than you. You know what I'm saying? And he got a little bit of money. Well, not a little bit. His just less than
I
you.
mean, he might make less money than you, but he might have way more money saved up than you because you don't know what he does and his aspirations or his dreams. That's why you can't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Also,
I mean,
there ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, we can argue about that's debatable, right? But everyone has their own preference and their own.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like
So
they
some
should be
some
proud.
people are always gonna say,
Because what you
know,
can take may not.
that
the next
person gotta
can-
make
may
X,
not.
Y, Z. You know what's everybody not like that though.
And then you got
That's
some
right.
dudes that are just too sensitive to that fact. You know what I mean?
Well, why did you say you wanted someone? And that's what I'm saying. A lot of times, we think that we want something,
And really
we
don't.
never really even had it before. And then once you
And
get
once
it,
you get
now
it,
you
you
feel
really
some type of
don't
way.
even want it, or you,
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
even know
And
how
so-
you don't know how to accept it, or you don't,
Right.
you know.
So if you say you want someone strong, like who do you relate that to? Was your mother strong? Did you have an ex-girlfriend?
Right,
that
and
was
then
strong?
if you meet somebody
you know?
that has that strong personality, you know, and then it's
You gotta
just
take
really
it, come with it.
on their shit or really doing what they need to do, you can't just be intimidated by it when they're not, you know, trying to put that fear on you.
Right. And so, man, I see people do that all the time. They
Yeah.
want you want that stripper or that Instagram model, and it's like you ain't never even dated nobody like that in your life, and now you with them, and
You don't
now
even
you
know how to
mad
handle it.
because their phone is just ding ding
Ding,
like
urgent.
coming
Urgent. Hey,
now you
boom.
can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Well,
just
I
like-
have seen situations, that's why I'm glad you about that topic though. I have seen situations where dudes will be like, okay, she making more than me. And they get jealous. They get mad about it. I've seen a dude actually go up to a girl's job, start some shit, just so she can get fired because she was making more than him. Which I thought was ignorant. Ignorant as hell, but no, I've seen it. It's more common than what you think because we living in a day and time where you got men that are too emotional.
They ain't got no plan.
She couldn't beat him up. He was bigger than
They
her.
ain't got no plan.
But no, he actually literally went up to her job, started some shit, flattened her tires so she couldn't go to work. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, bro, why are you doing this?
Because he don't have a plan.
He don't have nothing going on.
Well,
in
no,
life.
he had a job too. He was just
He
he
ain't
got
got
He
a
the
plan.
had
plan.
nothing
But
to
see, here's the
lose.
thing.
Just because he
He
had a
don't have a
job, he
plan.
didn't fuck about it. Obviously, he didn't
Baby
care
girl
about
don't crack the
freedom.
code.
He
She
didn't care
done
about
figured it
her.
out.
He didn't care about none of that.
Yeah.
But she stayed with him. And I was kind of crazy, like, okay.
That ain't none of our business.
But it's like, you know, it does happen a lot. And I don't think men should be that weak. They'll get so insecure. Oh, my woman's making more money. But I've heard women say, like I told you, oh, well, he lost his job, he got another job, but now he's making less than me. I don't know if I can date a man who makes less of money than me.
Well, okay, check this out.
I'm glad
I read
the
something-
people you know.
I know a lot of people.
I read something that
A
said
lot of cowboys.
a female. You'll see a female. You hear me? I read something that said like you'll see a woman's loyalty when you lose everything,
And she's still there.
and she's still there. And so,
It's still
But then that's a give and take.
sometimes
That's
it's
a give and
not
take.
enough.
That's a give and take. That's a give and take because you can lose everything, and while you trying to rebuild, because I've been in that position before. Okay, lost this job, I'm trying to rebuild. I'm getting treated like shit because I don't have a job, but I'm going after. I'm looking. I'm applying. I'm showing you, hey, look, I'm on it. I'm doing these interviews and this, and that. Well, I feel like women fail this
That's what
in
you're working
certain
for.
certain situations.
Say some.
Some women fail in certain situations is when the man is trying, they don't have the patience. Okay, he's out there, he's doing something. He's not just sitting there like, okay, accepting failure. No, he's trying. But you like, I done seen a woman cut a dude off because he lost his job. Didn't even give him time to go find another.
that
Good for
boils
him.
down, so that's her
good
preference.
for him.
That's her preference, and she has the right to do that. So I mean, when
That
it
ain't
comes
right.
to that,
Okay, so she get
when it
fired,
comes
he's
to
supposed to
that-
be like,
I mean, if that's
bye.
his preference,
Yeah,
that when it
bye.
comes to that
Now he
part,
knows.
that's their preference,
So
right?
now when he get back on top and he making more money than he had,
He knows that
snakes
those
can
the
already
type of
expose
bitches,
themselves.
exactly. He
It
knows
is
them the
what
type of
it is.
bitches. He knows that them the bitches that need to stay over there.
Right.
So I mean, then when it comes to that, that's preference. Then that, you know, some of that shit, some people just shallow. Some people are just assholes. Some people are just really not nice people. Like some people really
Yeah,
just
some
aren't
people-
nice, and so it's different. So we are never gonna know the true answer to anything because some people don't even have reasons for why they do stuff. They just do stuff. Some people just have evil minds. Some people just have vindictive minds. Or some people do things out of goodness, and some people do things because somebody else did it. People do things we never know because everybody's mind thinks so differently. Because everybody has a different outlook on life because of how they were brought up.
Yeah. I agree with that. But that doesn't also mean that it's right. Some people brought up different. You know what I mean? Just
That's
like,
exactly what I'm saying. So what's right? What's wrong?
I mean, facts, like you said. You know what I mean? Just because, say if I grew up in a house, for instance, where my dad paid all the bills. My mama didn't work.
And
Right?
then in my house, my mama paid all the bills.
Yeah,
my
vice
brother
versa.
worked.
Now, say
I'm
you
just
meet
saying.
a woman.
So I'm just saying. I'm just giving you
Yeah,
the
I'm
just
opposite of
exposed
what
to.
you're saying.
Okay, but you gotta look at what's right because there's some men who don't want their women to work.
Right, and they might be right for you, and you might look at them like they might be right, but I might look like they might not be right for me. They might not be the right
The right,
in
that's
my
not what
head
you want
because
in your
that's
life.
not what I thought.
Yeah.
That's not how that's what I'm
That's kind of the
saying.
issue because it's a billion people on Earth, and we think we all want the same thing, and we don't.
Exactly.
I know women that are stay-at-home moms, and they thrive in that.
And this women
I met a
that-
girl. She said she will never, ever, ever, ever do it again. Ever do it again. She said she got to be working. She will never stay at home. Now I don't know the dynamic and what was going on. That's not my business.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
some people don't
You
like.
have
But you
different.
never
you
know
have guys who
because
can say
everything is what
everybody's
you
different.
make it. And then if I saw this growing up, like my mama worked hard and she worked a lot, and that's great. But we also,
That doesn't mean that should be your life.
but at the same time, I used to work a whole lot. And then I realized how much stuff I was missing. I was like, you know what, I don't think maybe it's not for me. And I just had to take a chance to do something different because this is what I know, just because this is what I saw, just because this is the norm in this community, just because, whatever the case may be, just because that's what you have seen doesn't mean that's right. It doesn't mean that it's wrong,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it may not, what's right to me may not be right to you. What's wrong to you may not be wrong to me.
Well, you gotta look at it like this. People have to realize, okay, if I was raised that way, that's not my life. That's just what I seen. That's what I was raised in. That's not my
Like,
life.
exactly. It's whatever
You know what I'm
you make
saying?
it.
It's not my life. If I want to be a dude, say if my daddy was paying all the bills and all that. You know what I mean? I feel like that's right because I feel like a man's supposed to be a provider. But if I come across a woman and I want to take care of her and pay all the bills, if she say I want to get a job, I shouldn't be like, nah, you can't work. This is how I was raised. This is how I was done. No. That's not your life. So if I had a woman, if I want to pay all the bills and she want to go get a job, then let her go get a job. You can't base, this is what I've learned by reading a lot of books. You cannot base your life off of what you grew up around, and a lot of people do that, and that's where they fail because that's not your life. That's your mom's and your dad's life. That doesn't mean just because that's their life that even if you tried it out, you're even going to like it, or that's something you want to do. You have your own life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people base their life off of what they grew up around, whether if it was right or wrong. You can't do that. That's not your life. If your mama had a man that was paying all the bills, okay, that's what your mama had. That doesn't mean that's what you're going to have. That's not your life. And you might find a dude who say, hey, let me pay all the bills, and you thinking, hey, whatever, my mama used to do it, let me do this. That was her life. And now that you're doing it, you might not even like it. You might do it and be like, yeah, he gone. Oh, yeah, my bad. He gone, he paying all the bills, he this, he that. And you might try it and don't even like it. You might be like, hey, I want to take care of myself. And that's one thing people have to learn. Yes, we grow up in an environment. Yes, we grow up being prone to certain things, but that doesn't mean just because you grew up in it, that's who you're going to become. That doesn't mean that you're going to have that actual life.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that's what you were saying. I'm just saying a lot of people cling on to what they grew up around or what they perception of life is because of how they were raised and what was around them. You have to come to grips with yourself and realize, hey, that was their life. That doesn't mean mine's gonna be like that. You might be the woman that want to stay at home and have a dude pay the bills, but never find a dude who want to pay the bills for you. Should you be mad and be like, hey, don't nobody love me or this ain't right? No.
I mean,
no.
No, but people do it.
But people do all the time, and that's why they have to break that mold of what's going on. You know what I mean? It's just like how some dudes, Pops will be a player their whole life. He just a player. He out here, this girl, that girl, that girl. And then Pops come sit down with his son and be like, hey son, this how you do this. Man, I've been doing this for years. I'm telling you, I know women. But that son is the son that don't want all these females. He just want one. And then the Pops irritated and he frustrated and mad about it because he's like, man, that ain't our blood now. That ain't how we do it. That's their life. And once you come to grips with, hey, yes, I was raised around this. This is what I've seen. But this is not my life. Then you wake up and start to explore your life and who you are and what you want in it. You know what I mean? It's that simple. So, back on topic of the subject, you know, as far as the dude getting jealous, me, facts, that's stupid. Why would you not be happy that your woman's making money? Regardless if it's more than you or not. You got an intelligent woman in your life.
But it just goes back to like where that person's head is at and what that situation is triggering, you know what I'm saying, within them, you know? And so a lot of times some of these situations can come up to reveal things within us that need to be healed, you know? It's just knowing that, it really all comes down to who you with. You know what I'm saying? I can only speak from my experience. I was fortunate enough to be with someone and, you know, that was down and out. She had my back, you know, car broke down. She was picking me up, taking me here. Sure, I remember we broke up. She was still letting me push the whip. You know, that was a very weird situation.
Because you weren't used to it.
I get in the car, the seat all lean back, Rob, man. I know you know how to do this car, but hey, you know, shit, that was her freedom to do. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to see other people, but she still had my back. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like I said, she was making more money than me. You know, we kind of swapped a couple times, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, that's our relationship. You know, you have some, I would say that there's a lot of women out here that ain't tripping on that. It can't be because all these dudes got places to stay and they ain't doing nothing. No shot, but it just goes to show that there are a lot of women out here taking care of grown men.
Of course.
And still trying to treat them like a king, and
they ain't doing nothing.
Dudes either taking advantage or they still feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know. All I know is every day I wake up, I'm trying to do the best for me. I'm trying to do it better than I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, whether if a woman is making more money than me, that don't change my game plan. I'm still out here. I gotta get it.
Regardless.
Cause she can leave, she can pass away, she can, you know what I'm saying? Like I still gotta get out here and get it every day. So why would I take that personally? You know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
not a man.
Again, it just goes to show a lot of people want something they ain't never really had, and then once they get it, they don't know how to handle it. You know? They don't know how to handle it. If you want a beautiful girl, you want the most beautiful girl in the world.
Everybody want that.
You know what comes with that? It's gonna be different from dating a 5. Ain't nobody really looking her way. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I remember I used to go on the Walmart, bro. I'll be looking up, be like, why is he looking over here? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it used to make me feel some type of way. And then when I thought about it, it's like, bro, like your girl is beautiful, you know? Like, it don't matter where you at, the club, the grocery store, wherever, like, they gonna look. You know what I'm saying? And so me, it's like you just get over it instead of why are you dressed like that? Why are you here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To see what that leads to.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to police how you dressing and how you look and da da da. Really, it's just like, you know, I mean, there's a line there, but
I don't
in relation to the conversation, it's just like,
Yeah. I don't think a dude should get mad. I mean, and
you and your feelings, man.
and then try to bring it down. Like, facts, that's stupid.
No.
If she doing better than you, and
You
she
like her.
pushing, and you know what I mean, y'all have a relationship.
Y'all better stop watching Netflix and sit down with a pen and paper and you try to learn
Learn
something. You know what I'm
something.
saying? Like,
Hey, okay,
You
she's
feel me?
doing good. I should be proud. That's your queen. That's your woman. I should be proud. She's doing better than me. Okay, good.
real.
Well, not doing better. She's making more money. Just because she's making more money does not mean she's doing better. But
Man, sit
Yeah,
down
on
and
the same
learn.
company.
Man, learn from your that's what I'm saying. Like, when you around someone. So I like smart women,
I
right?
do too. I can't do stupid.
So I'm not gonna be around no not intelligent. Any female that I want to be around, I'm spending time with. I would like her to be intelligent. Now, what's the point of me being around an intelligent woman for all this set period of time and I'm not learning nothing?
Not going on.
And that's the problem. Like, we don't ask questions.
She just did.
We don't observe. Well, my girlfriend make more money than me, but you know, she wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sleeping in all day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She the first one at work, and she doing it like this, doing it like it's like you're not observing to see how this person got to where they. Yeah, you're not learning nothing, man. And so, man, I just remember sometimes, you know, you get off of work, and instead of just sitting down and, you know, bitching about the day and how the day went, hate my job, you know, we sit down, okay, you don't like your job, okay, what can we do? Like, what's the plan? You know, instead of sitting here complaining, like, what's the plan? Like, are there other, or, you know, are there other corporations or any businesses that are within your line of work that would be similar, if not the exact same, so you can get out of this situation and go, like, that's all it should be. Y'all should be sitting around plotting, not, you know what I'm saying, necessarily competing and getting mad because who making what. Like, I mean, that's when it just comes down to that team. Are you really a team? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all just roommates?
Right. Because a relationship is a team. I mean, y'all supposed to be working together, building, growing each other. You know what I mean? And if you don't see no growth there, and a lot of people will sit there in a relationship where they see no growth and stay in it. I don't get it. Like, but to sum it up, it does happen. It is a lot of insecure boys. I don't say men because a man ain't gonna be mad at that. A grown ass boy ain't gonna be mad at that. You know what I mean? Point blank period. I don't call him. I call it like I see it. I can't call you a man if you mad because your girl makes more money than you. That's stupid. Straight ignorance.
That was just an example. It could be anything.
Well, I gotta keep on quick, so we gotta keep going with this. But I don't.
Are we staying on this?
Nah, we're gonna move down.
Yeah. What was the next one? What was the next one? Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Well, anyway. This is good. Well, it's supposed to be a kind of, my mother needs some kind of action, but it has pepperoni, and she had the red cheese mixed up, and there's some guacamole,
So commercial time.
some guacamole sauce, and some garlic butter, and then I had spread on top of it, and then I put it on top, and then I rolled it up. And this is really good.
I'm gonna pray for you. Okay, so we gotta move on to this next topic.
Alright, let's go.
So the next topic was, huh?
I hope you watch some.
Nah, I just went in there. You know, I'm a dirty nigga.
You look like a father.
Nah, I don't like washing my hands. It's something that water and soap do.
I don't want to do that. We don't have to keep it going. I'm sorry.
Anyway.